An explosion of green. This is how nature in the north of Iran presents itself to visitors. The Hyrcanian forests are known to be the oldest forests on Earth. This natural gift is the result of abundant rainfall, adequate sunshine, and fertile soil, where clouds find themselves locked among the Elburz Mountains and see no other way than to pour down on the area. Many believe that this green display of wild nature reaches its climax in Mazandaran province, in a region known as Savadkooh. We are here at one of the most untouched paradises of northern Iran, in Mazandaran province and on the Caspian Green Belt, a county known as savadkooh, a region famous for its wild nature, tall trees, and abundant waterfalls. And of course, it would be very difficult to show you all the attractions of this place in such a short period of time. What I'm trying to do is to give you a glimpse of the beauties of this place. So follow me.
منطقه سوادکوه به خاطر موقعیت ثقل‌جیشی که داره منطقه کوهستانی جنگلیه. هر بخشش یک زیبایی داره، هر بخشش یک تنوعی داره که این متفاوت کرده. به خاطر اینکه محور سوادکوه در واقع یه جاده اصلی بیشتر نداره، بیشتر به صورت محورهای فرعی هستش. به خاطر همین قضیه روستاهای خیلی زیادی داره. حدود 2120 کیلومتر مربع مساحت داره. طول تقریبیش 95 کیلومتر هست که از گردنه گدوک شروع میشه تا نزدیک قائمشهر. شامل شهرهای اصلی پلسفید، زیراب، آلاشت، شیرگاه هستش. شاخصترین شغلی که در منطقه وجود داره دامداری بوده، کشاورزی بوده.
Thanks to the strict conservation efforts of local authorities, nature at Savadkooh has to a great extent remained untouched in comparison with other parts of northern Iran. Nature still seems to rule over everything in this region, and as you go further, bigger parts of this less discovered land continue to unveil themselves. In the old Mazandarani dialect, Alasht means eagle's nest. During our trip to the Savadkooh region, we decided to pay a visit to a city which gets its name from the king of the skies. The reason they call this city Alasht is because of its high altitude on the Elburz mountain range and also the great number of eagles that dominate the skies in this area. Alasht went from village to a city in 1971. The eagle's nest lies silently in an altitude of 1900 meters above sea level, in the heart of Savadkooh. Alasht has cold winters and cool summers, and this climate has turned it into a favorite spot for eco-tourists during spring and summer. However, climate and nature are not the only things that the city has to offer. Undoubtedly, a trip to this heavenly place would not be complete without a visit to the Alasht Anthropology Museum. This will give you an opportunity to get more acquainted with the beautiful traditional architecture of the place, as well as to visit some of the items and objects that were made and designed to make life easier for the people in this challenging terrain in the old days.
موزه مردم شناسی آلاشت در حقیقت زادگاه پهلوی اول بوده و در سال 48 به ثبت ملی شناخته شده. این ساختمان بعد انقلاب 2 سال به عنوان دبیرستان شهر بوده و از سال 59 تا 82 به عنوان کتابخانه عمومی شهر مورد استفاده قرار گرفته. از سال 87 با پیگیری شهرداری و میراث فرهنگی به اسم موزه مردم شناسی آلاشت وسایلی از مردم آلاشت به صورت نمادین گذاشته شده. وسایلی از ظروف مسی، ظروف چوبی، ابزار لاک تراشی، شیربونی‌هاشون، پنجره‌اش که مربت کاری شده، از چوب راش استفاده شده. در پنجره‌ای هستش که بدون استفاده از میخ، همشون با چفت و بست انجام شده.
Sustainability in this remote mountainous terrain had been quite a challenge here back in the old days. Most items in the museum were made of local materials. The traditional architecture of the museum building clearly shows how construction methods in Alasht were based on maintaining balance with the region's environment. The application of timber, adobe and mountain rocks as available elements at hand gives special identity to the city. However, today many new buildings have broken tradition by exposing a more modern image. With little land for cultivation in this steep mountainside, most of the jobs revolve around animal husbandry, even today. A few hundred meters away from the Anthropology Museum, another iconic structure exposes itself on the peak of Alasht, the city's public mosque, with its cone-like octagonal dome and minarets. It's amazing. The majority of mosques in Iran are built by expensive materials, such as ceramic tiles and marble stone. But unlike them, the Imam Hussein Mosque in Alasht city is of a complete different architectural characteristic. It is built using chunks of gray stone from the mountainside, bricks and iron, and amazingly, formed a unique mosque, an architectural masterpiece built by renowned traditional Iranian architect Hossein Lorzadeh, a man who spent a lifetime building some of the most famous mosques in the Islamic world. The Imam Hussein Mosque portrays particular features exclusive to its architect Hossein Lorzadeh. Genius and creativity were among the characteristics which brought Master Lorzadeh several titles, including Iran's best contemporary traditional architect and the servant of the Holy Quran.
این مسجد در سال 1352 شروع به ساخته شده و تا سال 1356 افتتاح شد. نماهایی که از سنگ درست شده، سنگ از همین سنگ‌های کوهی این منطقه و دارای کتیبه‌های گچ‌بوری بسیار منحصرفرد، دو گلدسته و یک گنبد بسیار زیبا. وقتی که وارد شهر آلا شدن در هر طرف این مسجد قابل رویت است.
Despite the application of rugged materials, as I earlier said, the building of the mosque casts an image of harmony and tranquility. Perhaps the talent of harmonizing the toughest elements in such an order could have its roots in the architect's passion for poetry, a career that Lorzadeh pursued next to engineering. Some people believe that Alasht is where art, folklore, culture, and science live together. And if you're lucky enough to get here, you'll have the chance to take the challenge of climbing the steps of science, which is of course not that easy. It takes exactly some 365 steps, the number of days in 1 year, to make your way to the highest observatory in the entire Middle East. Right here in Alasht city. I'm finally there. It's unfortunate that it's cloudy this afternoon and it makes it impossible for us to watch any stars using that big amateur telescope in there. Now that's what I call one big amateur telescope. Built in 2006, the Alasht Observatory is a favorite hangout for amateur astronomy enthusiasts. Astronomers say that because of little light pollution in the region, they can get optimum amateur sighting of the cosmos with the help of this telescope at nights when the skies are not cloudy here. Reaching up to the observatory can also give you a mesmerizing view of Alasht and the dense Hyrcanian forests which surround the city from the above. Savadkooh is indeed a piece of heaven in Iran. Throughout the ages, this part of Iran has been the realm of several kings and rulers, whom all wanted it as a part of their territory in a country mostly covered by deserts. We left Alasht for another picturesque area. Passing through a spiral in the heart of Mazandaran, we headed to Lajim, a region which has preserved parts of Iran's ancient and contemporary history within itself. The Lajim Tomb Tower is one of the most iconic historical monuments in the Savadkooh region. It is more than 1,000 years old. Inside it lies the tomb of Shahryar Shah, one of the rulers of Mazandaran during the Al-Ziyar dynasty, at a time when the region was autonomous and was called Tabaristan. The tower was built with the order of the king's daughter, Shehrzad. The princess wanted to eternalize the memory of her father. Mazandaran is also known as the land of historical towers and bridges. Many towers in the area were built for navigation purposes, but the Lajim Tower is one of the few which serves as a tomb of a ruler. Around the tower's neck, inscriptions in both Kufic Arabic and Sassanid Pahlavi describe its identity as the burial place of Shahryar Shah, a ruler who was highly respected by his people. In recent years, an iconic monument was built around the resting place of a number of Iranian martyrs of the 8-year Iraq-Iran War, just a few meters from the Lajim Tower, young men who gave their lives for their country. The round arch is covered with steel on the outside, reflecting the tomb of martyrs like a mirror. Inside the arch, traditional Persian tileworks ornament the area, facing the graves. Savadkooh is like an emerald, shining on the Iranian map. It is the land of natural wonders, where the mind sees no limits to fantasize among shades of green, blue, and violet, as far as the eye can see. Amir Mehdi Kazemi, for Iran.